Leetcode 118, Pascal's triangle. Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics. So in today's video, we're going to kind of go over one of the things we've been working on during the live streams. And I think this problem really encompasses everything about programming, problem solving, order of operations, just thinking through human brain, Python brain. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you're new here, thanks for joining us. This is what we do. We do micro videos, one subject at a time. So make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell so you're not missing out on any of these videos. So here are the instructions. You're given a number rows. That's going to be your input. And then your output, if you need to visualize it, is going to look exactly like this. But here's the output that's going to need to be. It's going to be a list of lists. And the way that this is orchestrated for your instructions is there's always going to be a 1. You're going to be bookended by a 1. So all right, your first row is going to be a 1. Your second row is going to be 2 1s. And that's a list, another list, inside a list. So it'd be like that right there. And then, so if you were given 1, there's your output. And your constraint is going to be 1 to 30. Both ends are inclusive, because it's 1 less than or equal to num rows less than or equal to 30. So 1 and 30 are included. Now, the way that this goes about is this 2 that is directly underneath these 2 1s, 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's the structure. Now, this 3 right here, it is directly below this 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. So now on this fourth row, it is a 1, a 3, a 3, and a 1. Now, this is where it gets interesting. This 4, same idea. 3 plus 1, 3 plus 3, 3 plus 1. So 4, 6, 4. So this is the way that it needs to be created. Those are the rules. So now the way that I went about going to do this is I looked at the constraint and I saw that it was going to be, the lowest one it was going to be is 1. So it was never going to be 0. So I kind of cheated a little bit and hard-coded 1. And then what I did is I came through and I created a while loop. So do this until the length of my output is less than my number of rows. So that was my first thing. So then basically I kind of cheated here a little bit and I hard coded because these two rows do not fall under the example of what we're about to do for our algorithm right here. So if it's equal to 1, then go ahead and throw in another one. All right, so I would have my first and my second row. Now, everything else is included because the output is temporary. And as we're including, so if this was 2, num rows was 2, my first one through only has 1 in it. So that's why this works for our second one. So if it's 1, then it stops. If it's 2, it does this, stops. Now, everything after falls under this algorithm of take these and add below it with a bookend of 1 and 1. So check this out. So this is how we did it. So we're always constantly looking back at the previous list, because you construct this list or your next list by your previous list. All right, so then we come through and then we start our bookend. This is our first end. We're starting our new inner list with a 1. Then we loop through and we look at our first element of our object and our next element of our object. We add them together, append the list, and go through until it gets to the last item. This is how we're doing this right here. And then once that happens and once that is complete, we add one more. And here's a very important thing about order of operations. We do this, and we do this mathematically, where we're constantly iterating through and looking at the next number. And that's how I'm doing this. I'm taking my previous object, my previous list inside my list. I'm finding out the length of it. I'm getting the index, and I'm iterating through, and I'm then adding the next item, the next object to it, to then find my number, and then I'm appending. And once I do all that, then I'm doing another bookend, and I'm adding my 1 to the end of it. And here's the example that they have of, we saw 1, we hard-coded 1, we don't have to look at that. But then I did number 5 here, and I checked it, and I ran it, and I get my exact same output as theirs. And this solution right here is 93% faster than all the other solutions. So this is the type of stuff that we're doing during the week, during our live stream. So I just wanted to share one of these solutions and the importance of order of operations and just thinking through the problem. How does your human brain think through this problem? And I promise you, if you really understand what the instructions are and how to design an algorithm because we said, okay, so we got to hard code this because there's no pattern here. All right, we're going to hard code this kinda because there's really no pattern here. But everything else, there is a rigid, strict pattern of how these lists are created. And you just have to spend time thinking through. And I promise, if your human brain can write a set of instructions, you can easily transmit it and transfer it to Python brain and write elegant Python code to solve your problem. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop any comments, questions, video requests. Please join the Discord server so you can get the help that you need and deserve. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't, check out this video right here or this one right down here. And most important, make sure you're hitting this subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.